Welcome A to Z Decodes, Arizona. Arizona Supreme Court rules 98,000 voters impacted, 98K, right? Impacted by MVD error and can vote full ballot. Okay, I'll play this video first.
Thanks for joining us here at 7 o'clock. I'm Ellen McNamara. The state Supreme Court has just ruled that nearly 98,000 people whose citizenship documents had not been confirmed can vote in all races during the November election. So that means federal, state, and local. The court's decision comes after the Office of the Maricopa County Recorder uncovered a database error that for 2 decades mistakenly had designated these people as having access to the full ballot. Maricopa County Recorder Stephen Richer sued the Secretary of State's office.
So just screw it, right? Just let loose. Just give it to him, right?
To get clarification and asked the High Court to weigh in quickly to resolve the matter. Well, the court ruled that county officials lack the authority to change the status of these voters. Again,
Hey, it is what it is. It's been this many years.
they had been on the books for some time. These are, generally speaking, older voters. Maricopa County Recorder Stephen Richer, who originally sued, said on social media, "Thank you, Arizona Supreme Court, for your extremely quick and professional review of this matter." We will have more on this at 9.
Okay. Now there's actually there's a video with the article as well over here. Let's play this.
Court ruled that close to 100,000 people in our state will be able to vote a full ballot this election.
This applies to people who received their driver's license back in the 90s before the state required proof of citizenship to get an ID or register to vote. So for this election, those people will get a full ballot and they can vote in all races. No need to send in any proof of citizenship. However, there is no word on what will happen after the election and if this issue will be once again revisited. Maricopa County Recorder Republican Stephen Richer and Secretary of State Democrat Adrian Fontes filed an emergency petition to get this in front of the state Supreme Court earlier this week after they uncovered an administrative error in a batch of registered voters. Richer celebrated today's ruling, thanking the Supreme Court as well as Secretary of State Adrian Fontes.
All right, cool. So
if you've been hurt in an accident and you need results,
we don't need that, right?
Call Sweet James. Here are just some of the recent wins for our injured clients.
Oh, I guess we got to leave that right there. And let me go escape. All right, that's cool. So let me go back to the slides. So this is going to be easy. This will be easy and fun. Right, so let me share this tab and let's open this. Check this out. Full screen. So Arizona Supreme Court rules 98K voters impacted by MVD error can vote full ballot. Look it. I mean, we're talking Arizona, right? Well, we're talking Phoenix. Phoenix equals 98 in this code with the alphabet and the language. And that's the reverse cipher where Z would be the first letter. You just reverse it and you just apply the number to the letter, right? You know, Z is 1 all the way to A, which A would be 26. There's 26 letters in the alphabet. So 98. And how about this? Even just MVD, well, you get 39 like Arizona, 15. And look, Arizona's got 105 like 15. You also get 42. And look at Supreme Court even 150. And, you know, that's like 15. Again, like Arizona, 105 like 15. MVD 15. Okay. Look at that. Isn't this amazing? Look at vote and ballot. Now, nobody can argue vote and ballot don't connect, right? And that's amazing. You get 62 and 17 with vote and ballot in this code. All right. And just forwards and reverse with the language there. You get 46 with chaos. Okay. Which matches with vote. And also 19. Okay. As we're getting a lot of these chaotic stories trending. And look at 19 date numerology right here with the article. Chaos equals 19, right? And look at chaos even has the 26, which is the 62 reversed. And that's just the reverse reduction cipher reduced at Q, which the alphabet in reverse, Q would be the 10th letter. 1 plus 0 is 1, and so on. And right there, Friday, September 20th, you see the 19 numerology. All right. The Arizona Supreme Court ruled on Friday that nearly 98K voters whose citizenship documents hadn't been confirmed can cast the full ballots. The ruling contended that Maricopa County Recorder Stephen Richer, looks like Richer kind of, but and other county recorders do not have the authority to change voter registration statuses to federal only ballots because those voters registered long ago. All right, and look at the quote here. We are but hold on. Look at this. Phoenix equals 91. So that's the reverse of the 19 as well. Look at 46 and 26 with Phoenix. And again, vote equals 46. Chaos equals 26. You know, that's 62 reverse again with vote and ballot. So look at the quote here. We are unwilling on these facts to disenfranchise voters from participating in state contests. Chief Justice Ann Scott Timmer stated in the ruling. Oh, does that say en masse up there? En masse? I don't know. But doing so is not authorized by state law and would violate principles of due process. The High Court acknowledged that while county recorders are required to verify proof of citizenship, in this case there is no evidence to suggest the impacted voters are not U.S. citizens. As Timmer explained, Fontes and Richer acknowledged that it is possible that affected voters have in fact provided satisfactory evidence of DPOC documentary proof of citizenship. All right. And we get another 91, just like Phoenix, but we get it in the form of a date within the article. And again, remember chaos 19, vote 19, 19 date numerology with Friday. Meanwhile, Richer, a Republican, expressed his gratitude to the court, saying in part, "Thank you, Arizona Supreme Court, for your extremely quick and professional review of this matter. The issue centered around a 2004 Arizona law that requires residents to provide documentary proof of citizenship to register as full ballot voters, allowing them to vote in all federal, state, and local races. Those who don't approve or who don't provide proof of citizenship can only register to vote in federal races. A problem had been discovered in how duplicate driver's licenses are issued. and thus certain voters who were issued a license before October 1st, 1996 may not have citizenship records on file. Look at that date. October 1st leaves 91 days in the year. So you see the date within the article, and you get that 91. Okay, and let me, again, how do we pronounce this guy's name? Is it Richard, or let me go back over here. Let me refresh the article. I'm going to play a little bit of the video again now. Breaking news, A to Z decodes, y'all. Shout out to you.
And though with breaking news tonight, the Arizona Supreme Court ruled that close to 100,000 people in our state will be able to vote a full ballot this election.
This applies to people who received their driver's license back in the 90s before the state required proof of citizenship to get an ID or register to vote. So for this election, those people will get a full ballot and they can vote in all races. No need to send in any proof of citizenship. However, there is no word on what will happen after the election and if this issue will be once again revisited. Maricopa County Recorder Republican Stephen Richer and Secretary of State Democrat Adrian Fontes filed an emergency petition to get this in front of the state Supreme Court earlier this week after they uncovered an administrative error in a batch of registered voters. Richer celebrated today's ruling, thanking the Supreme Court as well as Secretary of State Adrian Fontes.
Our other
Okay. Okay, I see. Oops. Sorry about that. All right, so I guess I gotta leave that tab up too. Okay, so back over here. So perfect. Again, we're off to a nice start here. We're seeing this pattern with the 91-19, and you know what? That's big with Arizona now that I think of it further. We just were in the 119th World Series, and the Diamondbacks, and we don't make the World Series a lot. And the last time we were in the World Series, we beat the Yankees after 9-1-1. Okay? So, and now we're getting that Chaos 19 theme. If you watch the trending news, but maybe in a different form. But we remember the 19, and again, a selection year. And we remember that 19 from the last selection. So you see how everything repeats here with chaos equaling 19. Fontes and Richer had disagreed on what status the voters should hold. Richer asked the High Court to weigh in. The swing state is unique in that it distinguishes between voters who can participate only in federal elections and those who can vote in federal, state, and local elections. Eligibility for the latter classification requires submission of proof of citizenship. And look at the justice, Ann A. Scott. Think about Arizona too. You got like Scottsdale, right? Scott Timmer became Chief Justice on, look, the first day of the 7th month. Okay, very recent. And again, you get 17 date numerology here and 98K voters in the calculator. Okay, it equals 177 again, like the first day of the 7th month. She earned her bachelor's degree from the University of Arizona, her JD magna cum laude, whatever, from ASU Law School, now the Sandra Day O'Connor College of Law, and a master's in judicial studies from Duke University Law. So got her education on. Let's play this real quick, some of it. As most influential women in Arizona, here's the Chief Justice, Ann A. Scott.
What hobby or interest do I have I engaged in that has had the highest impact on my
Look how
career?
it says vice too, kind of like Vice President Kamala.
And how is it impacted? That's a difficult question, and it actually is one that might seem like a silly answer, but in reflecting, probably going all the way back to when I was a small child, things are, of course, planted in your childhood which impact you for your entire life. And I remember vividly on my 3rd birthday, that was the first time I was going to get a bicycle and learning how to ride a bike without training wheels. That seems like it's a fleeting moment, but it's one that always stuck with me down deep into.
Okay, so there she is. Did I have another video here? Okay, we played that. Cool. So we're in a nice spot here, so you can kind of see what we've been over so far. Okay, so let's advance. Shout out to y'all. I'm looking forward to having a good day today, one way or another. Some shopping, grocery shopping. I'm looking forward to going to the fruit market, and yeah, maybe a few other stops. I enjoy a day off. So look, more 17s. Look at this. Wow, right? Okay. So again, with this date, a problem had been discovered in how duplicate driver's licenses are issued, and thus certain voters who were issued a license before October 1st, 1996 may not have citizenship records on file. Um you get 17 date numerology and 107 like 17 with that date, and again became Chief Justice on the first day of the 7th month. Justin Ann A. Scott Timmer. Say that 6 times in a row. 9 plus 8. 98 is 17. 98K voters impacted by motor vehicle division error can vote full ballot. Okay, and Stephen Richer, if you're not familiar, a proven conservative leader and tireless advocate for honest and fair elections in Maricopa County. Again, A to Z decodes. Here, join Team Richer today, it says. And Ann A. Scott Timmer, look at her birthday recently. How about that? So 8 days prior. So look at how her birthday is floating around. And she's born in 1960. Remember, Mr. Trump equals 60, Donald Trump equals 60, right? Is an American lawyer, and so her birthday is lingering. Did I get his birthday? I don't know, I forgot. But and served as Chief Justice. You see that with that recent date, the Honorable Ann A. Scott Timmer was appointed to Division 1 of the Arizona Court of Appeals in 2000. She served as Vice Chief Judge from 06, so 26, to 2008, so 2008, like 28. Stephen Richer, who's been a fierce defender of the integrity of Maricopa County elections since he was elected as county recorder in 2020. And again, remember, like Trump 2020, just with all of the numbers, T, like Trump, Timmer as well. And there might be more there. Even Rich, think about it. Trump was known for money. I'm not really trying to connect him there, but it is a factor. And remember his attempted assassination date, even the 13th day of the 7th month. You even get 731 right there as I speak of him with this date. And the issue here centered around a 2004 law that requires residents to provide documentary proof of citizenship to register as full ballot voters, allowing them to vote in all federal, state, and local races. Well, and now it's the year 2024, And you see, if you look at 2004, how that kind of breaks down into a 24, right? Those who don't provide proof of citizenship can only register to vote in federal races. Stephen Richer equals 148, and it's a 148-day span from this past Friday. And look, with the article, run that date from start to end to the next, look, February 14th, Valentine's Day, Arizona was finally admitted after changing its constitution. Here it says, okay, and you know, on Valentine's Day. So you see, you run from start to end, the article, date, to Arizona's next, the anniversary of that date, right? 148, and Arizona's the 48th state on top of that. But what are the odds? It's like, okay, everything connects like that. You just pick it and bam. And that's amazing, isn't it? And just A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, E is 5. All right? Just like that. Ordinal. And Scott Timmer in the same code equals 184. Okay? Like 148, just a little bit, right? We are unwilling on these facts to disenfranchise voters from participating in state contests, Chief Justice Ann Scott Timmer stated in the ruling, and Arizona equals 84. All right? And you see again, 48th state, 184, and Scott Timmer, 148-day span. The court ruling Friday, that date running to the next AZ birthday. You see? Stephen Richer 148. So that's amazing. All right. Do I have any coffee left? So we're nice. We're in a good spot here. You could see how this would suck if you didn't hit record or something, right? And it's bound to happen again. Look, I have to utilize this code because it just kind of cuts out any speculation, if you ask me. And look, even 1912, Arizona finally admitted. Here, look at this. Even the 4 plus 8 equals 12, right? Or 8 plus 4, however you want to put it. And Chief Justice Ann Scott Timmer equals 302. And that's that same ordinal cipher that's kind of floating around. Forwards, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. Apply it. All right? 302. And look at Stephen Richer in Phoenix, Arizona. 203. Just in the reverse. And it's the reverse cipher. Hello, hello, hello. You get 68 icing on the cake. Arizona's birthday leaves 320 days in the year. So like 32, Chief Justice Ann Scott Timmer equals 302, like 32. Okay, so you can drop the span on the dates right here. Okay, Arizona's birthday 147 days after this article hits. Supreme Court equals 174, which is, very similar. And it's an election year. DC, politics, government, 47, all that. Trump 47, all that. Arizona Supreme Court rules on voter eligibility. All right, so you see this? MVD equals 12. Remember, on Valentine's Day, 1912, Arizona finally admitted to the state, became a state, right? And MVD equals 12. Remember, Donald equals 112. Days left in the year, article date 102, like 12. Okay, and this last Friday. So easy money, right? I don't know, gotta click the keyboard so hard, but easy money. Is this the right video? Yeah.
And yet more ballot news this morning. The Arizona Supreme Court unanimously ruled Friday that nearly 100,000 voters whose citizenship documents had not been confirmed will be allowed to vote in state and local races. Their registration status was in limbo after Maricopa County there discovered a clerical error made in 2004. It allowed the residents the right to vote without asking them to provide proof of citizenship as required by state law. The voters were already allowed to cast a ballot in federal races. The court's Chief Justice noted there is no reason to believe any of the impacted voters are not U.S. citizens.
Hey,
Political stuff can be so confusing, but I like to utilize the numbers, and I guess this could be the thumbnail right here. A to Z Arizona local decodes, and we have a bunch of other links for the other channels. Math2Con, Math2Con 2, Puppets on Strings. Okay, we have Daily Decodes 81. Daily Decodes 81, number 2. Right? So 4 channels right there. We got I1. I is for interesting. I and the number 1. Special decodes there. And this is on, again, Arizona A to Z decodes. Remember, 26 letters in the alphabet. 26, a big number with Arizona as well. So local A to Z decodes, once again, I appreciate y'all. And there's always more, right? But we don't need to go much further here. There's always more. And I hope everybody has, and Arizona's 112 years old right now, to go with the 12s. Okay, MVD equaling 12, and the September 20 leaving 102. Is that what it was? Yeah, right there. And Arizona's 112, and then 1912 right there, finally admitted. So this selection is coming
and yet more
very fast, y'all. Kind of looking forward to getting it out of the way. So we have more characters here. Again, A to Z decodes. Arizona Supreme Court rules 98K. We do need to look at those first couple slides again, because you see how heavy they land. All the 17s. Okay. Okay, so we're good. So I appreciate y'all. And today, so it's already, now it's Monday. We have some football to cover. We want to help, just, this will go down in history, right? We're putting everything out there to show how we've been deceived in the world. There's no simpler way to put it. The world is fake, y'all. So make the world work for you. Okay? As the world adjusts, make it work for you. Know your value. Appreciate y'all. Again, A to Z decodes. Subscribe if you like the content. And, it's hard to find this, and we're going to be furthermore censored. So soak it up while you can. Appreciate y'all. Peace.